Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is KairoS and welcome back to Naval Action Rags to Riches. So last episode we were out looking for a trade ship to capture, but I've been out there again, had another look, and actually I went quite far out and I still haven't been able to find anything. I suppose we could attack a warship, but I'm going to pretend right now that I'm not very confident in my combat abilities and I'm not ready to take on a warship or risk my Cerberus in battle. So if you're in that sort of position and you want to do a little bit of exploration and you want to make a little bit of money on the side, what do? Well, you can do passenger missions in the basic cutter. Now this is actually a 17th century, early 17th century Bermuda sloop. A very, very beautiful ship and a very accurate model, actually, historically accurate model. This ship is free. You can actually replace this. If you lose this ship, you can get the basic cutter back for absolutely nothing. You just need to pay for the cannons. And these are 3-pounders, I believe, so dirt cheap cannons. So this is a good way to explore the map, do a couple of passenger missions, and not have any risk whatsoever to you and your assets. Right? You're not going to lose anything if you lose this cutter. You can just replace it for free. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and do some passenger missions and see if we can get an idea of where everything is on this map. So I've already been out there, and I've actually, if we get the map up, I've actually gone to Georgetown and up to Little River, and I've actually explored a little bit along the coast here, just looking for ships. And along the way, I grabbed a couple of passengers, and I'll show you how to do that. If we go Q here, we have the missions, and as you can hear, there's a storm out there, which is going to be great for us because it'll give us some cover. You can do battle missions. We're not going to worry about these right now. You can do conquest missions. I've never even done one of these because I'm mostly a solo player. And here we have the ones we want, the cargo missions. Now, delivering cargo is, at least early on, like when you've got virtually no money available, is actually pretty good to do. But you really want these ones. You want the ones with the doubloons. Doubloons are fairly hard to come by, particularly early on. When you start sinking bigger ships, you'll find them fairly easily, but we have no doubloons whatsoever at the moment, and we should probably have at least a few. So we want to be looking out for these missions. However, because we don't have a trade ship yet, we're limited in how much weight we can carry. So we can't carry these cargo missions. What we can do is carry passengers. And the destination, for example, here we have Julio Grant, and Grant wants to go to San Augustine, right? Here we have another one. Now this is a good one because this, again, doubloons. This particular Hendrik Moore, this particular passenger wants to go to Water Bay. And so, for example, we could look on the map. We could go to the port here. What was it? Water Bay? Water Bay. It's in the Grand Bahamas, so it's actually not that far away. Now, Water Bay is, in fact, a United States port, and it's actually a free port. Well, it's not a free port. It's been made free for all. That symbol there means that the owner of this port, which is this clan there, you can see the Captra, NOYAFB, whatever that stands for. That clan has made that port available to all nations. So if you get a passenger mission that's, let's say it was for Mimbres here, you wouldn't be able to enter that port unless you had a trade ship. You cannot enter an enemy port with a warship. You can only enter enemy ports with trade ships. And that's important to remember if you're going to do passenger missions early on. Also, it's dangerous to go to enemy ports. So we want to really concentrate on friendly ports. So that's either neutrals, like this one, or American ports. So we've got a few passenger missions already, and we really should be thinking about which ones we want to take. So we definitely want this one because we're going to get doubloons for that. So we take that mission and accept. What about this guy? Watlings. Well, that's off in pirate waters. We don't necessarily want to go that far out, so we're not going to worry about that one. San Augustine. Where is San Augustine? Let's have a look. We look in here in the port and country search. Just type in San Augustine. San Augustine isn't far away at all, in fact. So that's probably one worth having. We'll take that. San Augustine. Right. Now I've already got a few of these built up, and you really want probably at least 4 or 5 before you set out. And if you lose your ship again, okay, you've lost these passengers. These passengers will get captured with your ship, or they will go down with your ship, depending on whether the other player decides to sink you or capture your ship. But again, these are free. These passengers are free to collect. They renew every day. Every 24 hours, you get another load of these passengers waiting for delivery. And so nothing lost, nothing gained. Except for obviously the time spent transporting them. So we need to think about what passengers we want to carry. So let's go to our... No, we'll leave that up. Let's go to the hold of our ship. I'm not going to bother with any drum or hull repairs because we're not intending to use this for battle. And if we do get attacked by something, I don't want to waste these on the basic cutter. So we're just going to go with an empty hold except for the passengers. We're definitely... So Mimbres here is a pirate port. We can't take that one. We can take a passenger to Sunbury. So let's have that one on board. La Desconocida, I believe, is currently contested. Shall we see? Where is La Desconocida? No, it's a United States port. So that's another one we can take. We can take this one. We can take... Green Key is a British port, so currently occupied by Britain. Obviously, these will change hands over time, but yeah, we can't go there. Kemp Bay as well. I think we've got another passenger. Yeah, Green Key we can't take. Hobe, I believe, is pirate. Currently pirate owned. Nope. We can take that one. Sorry, I just had to put a little cut in there. My monitor decided to chuck a wobbly. But I think you get the idea. We have our passengers lined up and ready to go. They're all on board. Everyone we can take. These are all friendly ports we're going to. And we can now start exploring this map and get out there and make some reales. This is, altogether, these are actually going to come to quite a lot of money for us, at least at this stage. So it looks like that storm is starting to blow away, which is a bit of a pity, actually, because we could have done with some cover. But we're loaded up and ready to go, so I guess I will cut here, and I will see you on the other side of this loading screen. We can get, once we've got this cutter underway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway, and there's actually quite a lot of traffic out here at the moment. We have John Langdon here, a couple of other players I saw around, and that is actually a Russian AI Endymion, but we're not going to be able to take that out, that's for sure, not with a cutter. So yeah, we're not going to be worrying about combat at the moment, even though there is actually a little bit more going on now that I've been inside for a little while. Some more ships have turned up. But anyhow, what we're going to do is I think we're going to head straight to this this here wind zone. Right now, this is actually a boost, a speed boost. It's a little bit risky to send your ship to their to this spot because sometimes you have players waiting there to ambush you. But I'll show you how to use the protractor as well. Here's the protractor. You click Show Protractor, and you get a compass essentially, and you can double click on the general vicinity where you are, and if you right click you can actually use this to sort of plot a course, and there that will turn up on the map, and you can now steer your ship in the direction of that wind boost. Now we do need to be concerned about players, of course, as always in this game, particularly when we're leaving port and entering port. But the plan will be we'll catch this wind and then we'll plot a course straight to Sunbury. And then I think we also have to stop at San Augustin and Jobe, which is down here. So it's going to be a long voyage, and then of course we have to cut through the Bahamas to get to La Desconocida. I might actually come back up and take the long route around, so because this will be safer. We'll be far more likely to encounter players if we actually go through the islands here. So it's going to be a long voyage, and this is actually why I do enjoy, even as a player who enjoys a lot of sort of PvE and trading. I'm not that bellicose really when it comes to this game. I don't do a lot of PvP, although occasionally I get the urge. But even if it gets dull, even if you're a trader, it gets dull if you've got no challenge. There's, you can just sail for hours on the PvE server, and you do get, of course, two servers. You can have a PvP server and a PvE server. I recommend you start on the PvE server if you're not sure, and then move to the PvP once you've got the hang of the game. And see, now we can use this wind zone. We'll click use, and now we'll get a speed boost of 40%, which is nice. So yeah, if you want to start with the PvE server, or if indeed you want to stay with that server, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I find it a little dull. It just gets samey. You know, you want to have some risk involved in your game play, otherwise it's just not much fun. But we want to keep an eye out for players just in case they feel like ganking a tiny little cutter. One advantage of the cutter, of course, is, apart from the fact that you can replace it if it gets sunk, it is very fast, as I'm sure you can see here. And of course, this is accelerated time, so obviously a real 17th century ship can't go 40 knots. But this is in accelerated time, this is the open world, okay? So, with a basic cutter, a lot of the time you'll see a player will just completely ignore you because you simply aren't worth sinking. You're just too small to be bothered with. So that's another advantage to being a newer player. And the whole aim of this series, people, is to try and keep you guys from getting ganked. Try and give you guys some tips on how you can start your character up and be as inconspicuous as possible and still be progressing towards bigger things. Because no one likes to be, you know, to take one step forward and two steps back in their gameplay. That's always nasty. This game is really if you like first-person shooters, this is the Escape from Tarkov of naval games, right? This is to naval simulators what Escape from Tarkov is to first-person shooters. It's very unforgiving, and you will lose a lot of ships, and I've lost a lot of good ships in my time. But that's enough babbling from me. We've got a long voyage ahead of us. We're going to essentially go from wind boost to wind boost here, just plotting our course, and we've got to watch this wind. This is going to continue to go anti-clockwise, and we need to be thinking about how the wind is going to change, and we need to be planning our journey accordingly. But I don't think this is going to be a tremendous problem. We can always tack back and forth to get through the wind if we have to. So you can sail. You can't sail directly into the wind with any ship, really, although some ships are better than others. Cutter is one of the better ships sailing upwind, but to be honest, it's never a good idea at any point. You will grind to a halt. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to head up to Sunbury here, and I'll get back to you when we're there, and I'll show you what happens when you need to deliver this passenger to his destination. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully we won't get attacked along the way. Alright, our voyage thus far has been a success. We are already in Sunbury. It seems to be quite a nice little spot. Let's have a look in the shop just quickly to see whether there are any upgrades that might be. Yes, there are. Somebody's selling cotton sails, but they're selling them for 25,000. So we don't want to be. That's actually a very good price for cotton sails, in my experience. You can find them for twice that, but we certainly are not at a stage right now where we can be purchasing that. Consumables, yeah, people are selling some rigs and repairs. Rig and hull repairs, I should say. Trade goods are here, a few anyway. I can show you about trading in the future, but for now, all we need to worry about is just having a quick look at the market, see what's here, and then we can just go straight into the missions, and we can check, first of all, what missions are available, whether there's any Crown Haven. I don't know where that is. Let's have a look on the map. Bear with me here. We'll just check this one. This is the last town we'll bother. Crown Haven. No, that's a Russian. We're not going to bother with all of these. We've got enough on board as it is. Harbour Island is also in the Bahamas area, but I'm pretty sure it's pirate occupied. Cayo Romano is definitely either pirate or Spanish town. Yeah, it's Spanish. Pirate. So we're not going to be picking up any more passengers, but we will be delivering one. So if we go to our journal, we've already got 8 passengers here. Now, here's a little trick, actually. You can actually abandon these passenger missions. You can't do this with combat missions, but with the economy missions, you can click abandon, and you can still actually deliver these passengers. It's not really an exploit so much as a feature there so that, you know, if someone takes your ship, then they can deliver the goods that you might have on board themselves, even though they don't have the quest active. So that's something you can do if you're running out of missions. If you can stack as many of these as you want, although they do expire after a couple of days. So you've only got a couple of days to real world days to deliver them. So they can't sit in your inventory forever. But anyway, we can now deliver Rufino here, and if you look up there where our money is, you will see, confirm, that should go up. There we go. We now have 57,000 reales. So that is how we do. It's as simple as that. That is how you do the very basic passenger missions. And early on, you'll be doing a lot of them. So that's done. And now I think that's all the passengers we have for this town. I'll double check before we leave, but that's it. We'll just get underway again and head down to San Augustin next. Just heading off to a wind boost at the moment, and this is why you've got to be careful. You can see out there there's a battle taking place. This is definitely going to be, well, not definitely. That's probably a United States trader being attacked by a Russian player, most likely. Judging by the battle rating there, you can see battle rating 25. That means that's got to be something tiny. And then 450. I mean, probably that is a Russian has ganked a smaller ship from the United States. It could be a AI trader that he's attacking just because he wants the rare resources that you sometimes find in those trade ships, but I'm not that familiar with the battle ratings. I think 25, that's probably a trader Lynx being attacked by some large Russian ship. Hopefully the Lynx will get away, if it is indeed a Lynx, but this is the sort of thing you've got to be careful of. Even as a small ship, you can be attacked by bigger ships. The advantage you'll have is that you will be able to flee, because being a smaller, lighter ship, you will be much faster than most big frigates and so on, even if they do have a speed build, and most gankers build their ships for speed. Yeah. This is a dangerous little game. It seems fairly empty and boring right now, but trust me, it's just like, if you watch my Silent Hunter videos on my channel, long journeys of open water, and then suddenly the proverbial feces hit the fan, you might say. So we're just going to continue along our voyage here. The other thing I should mention right now is, as soon as you leave, you should start fishing. You can see they have a read of that. Fishing is something you do pretty much anytime you have space in your hold. Once you click this here, or press B is the hotkey. It's definitely worth fishing if you're trading, going from place to place, because fish can be sold for reales. Not a lot of reales, but they can be sold. But more importantly, if we look at our hold, you can see there's a few fish there. These can be converted into provisions. And if you want to be a crafter in the future, you definitely want to be saving up provisions. And even if you don't want to do any crafting, you can sell provisions. Provisions are worth money. A lot more money than the fish. So it's definitely worth, if you've got space in your hold, it's definitely worth collecting some of those lovely, tasty, scaly boys. So we shall continue along our journey here, and this is probably going to be a good 10-15 minute trip, so I'm not going to be sitting here the whole time jabbering while we do that. I will get back to you if we have any action along the way, and we'll probably just drop this guy off at San Augustin, and then just continue our voyage. I won't necessarily show you that. I'll just continue our voyage from San Augustin. We will double check if there are any passengers, and then from San Augustin we'll just go straight down to Jobe. That's where things might get dangerous, because these are pirate ports, and then we're going to have to somehow make a beeline for, where do we have to go? Water Bay. We're going to have to go to Water Bay, so we'll just go straight across to Water Bay, and we've got West End there as well if we need to duck in there for safety purposes. This area here is where things are going to get dangerous, but let's hope we don't get any trouble. I shall continue the voyage and get back to you if we have any excitement along the way. Well, we've made it to Water Bay, and that's excellent, because now we can deliver the passenger we really want to be really want to be delivering. We've got some salt here. You can just destroy that. You can sell it for a couple of reals, but honestly, it's barely worth bothering about. Salt it's just a meme, really. It's junk. You pick it up when you're fishing. But anyhow, we have our passenger here. So right now we have no doubloons at all. Now doubloons are useful for a number of things, mostly for crafters, but you do need them for when you... I'll show you how to do outposts in another episode, but when you start getting outposts across the map, you can use doubloons to transport from one side of the map to the other. You can also use them to buy certain upgrades from the Admiralty. I'll show you how to do that later when we get to it. But we are going to need doubloons, and we're about to get some. So if we come to this, what was this guy's name? Hendrik. Hendrik here is offering 800 doubloons for this trip to Water Bay, and if we deliver, confirm, we should get in our money chest, we have 800 doubloons. And if we get sunk, we're not going to lose this money because it's safely in our money chest. If we were to move this to our hold, however, which we could very easily do, you can carry, I think, up to 10,000 doubloons in this chest. If we were to... I think we need to put it in here first. Put it in the warehouse, right? And then you could transfer it from the warehouse into the hold, and you could carry those in the hold. But now, if you get sunk, you're going to lose those doubloons, along with the ship, of course. So keep them in your money chest if you can. We've still got plenty of fish loaded up here. We're going to keep those for now. We've got a couple more, just a couple more to deliver at La Desconocida. Let's check quickly if we got... Okay, Watley, if we could keep going to Watley. Oh, no, we can't. We can't carry. I forget, we're not in a proper trade ship. So we can only look at passengers, All Saints, San Jose. Where is San Jose? Is that in the right direction? Because at this point we should be thinking about getting passengers that we can actually take back home, so that we're not wasting our time. Because we're going to have to sail all the way back. Not that I'm actually going to show that in this episode, but... And I'm looking in the trade tool again. I'm always doing that because I'm so used to checking trade goods. No, we want to be in here. San Jose. No, that's way over there. Okay, so I don't really know this side of the map that well, so sorry about that, guys. But anyway, we're not going to pick up any more passengers, but we just got 800 doubloons, and we are now well and truly ready to go. Now, a storm, I'll just show you quickly, we'll leave the port. A storm has blown in, at least it did earlier. I think it might have blown away now, but we had some wonderful fog out there, which is just what we need for what we're doing. We are not looking for players, we are looking for... My computer's being slow. We are looking for... Here we go. Yep, it's still raining and we've got some fog. So you can see that is going to really help us keep ourselves hidden. So we just need to head down here. We should probably stick... No, it's too foggy. Let's just take the deep water channel and we'll go along here down to La Desconocida. And once we get there, unless we get any actual on the way, I think we'll deliver those, and that'll probably be the end of that. But let's see if we make it first. This has been quite successful already. We've made nearly... I think we've almost made our first 100,000. And I'd like to, in this series, at least show you how to make your first 1 million or 2 million or so. Your first couple of million, probably. Money in this game, once you get into it, it starts to flow like water. You can spend millions of reales on single purchase once you become a pro at this game. But for now, we're just concentrating on getting our first mill. So let's continue along. Take advantage of this wonderful fog, which will conceal us from other players, and hopefully cash in a little bit more money from those last couple of passengers. They are both of these guys are going to get dropped off at La Desconocida, which is excellent. Okay, well, we have made it through the storm and arrived at La Desconocida. We did it. We did not get attacked. I don't think we even saw any enemy players, so... and this is an advantage of being playing in Australia, because it's off-peak time at the moment. Usually there'd be probably twice as many players as there are currently online. But here we are, lovely sunset, and we have completed our mission. All we need to do now is actually deliver these two, both of them. Confirm. And yes, thank you. I love money. Money is good. Give us some more of that. And there you are. We now have a total of 162,401 reales, which isn't too bad. That's not too bad at all, and quite a few fish as well. So we would just pick up some more passengers probably and sail back, but I'm not going to show that now. I think you guys get the idea. The sun is setting and it is getting very late here, so I think that will do for one episode. I hope you found that helpful and entertaining. This has been KairoS, and I'll see you all in the next episode.